Hello, buddy. San here, engineer, MBA, and investor. In today's video, I want to talk about NTLA's program, NTLA 2002, and this article here. And actually, there are many articles talking about this in recent days. It's funny, the media, how it works is once one or two media outlets picks up a news, every other media outlet really covers that news only because they know and they understand, clickbaits, they understand eyeballs of citizens, and basically they're trying to just basically get attention, right? So they can grow their revenue. I mean, that's just any business one-on-one lesson that you could learn, right, in any industry. But I've noticed here there's these articles going around this past week, and one of my followers, viewers of this channel, sent me this article, and I actually found another article. The difference between this article, that other article that I found, is this one actually specifically talks about NTLA. The other one does not even mention the company's name. It talks about like the program. It talks about the actual program, like the disease they're tackling. Talk about the results. Even talk about some university, hospital that this is all ongoing. CRISPR, all the generic topic, which is great, but they don't mention NTLA, and I wonder why. I'll let you guys wonder that. But for now, here, let's go back to this article that is mentioning NTLA, the company, NTLA Therapeutics. One-shot CRISPR treatment for inherited disease ACE's first human trial. Participants saw 95% in reduction soon after receiving the therapy. Quote unquote, it is transforming life, end of quote. Right? It's transforming lives, okay? And this is people with hereditary angioedema, which is basically HAE acronym, which is basically a genetic mutation that prevents their body from making a blood protein called C1 inhibitor. This leads to the buildup of another protein called kallikrein, and which triggers their swelling attack. So basically, if you can make it by inactivating a gene in the liver that's necessary for the production of kallikrein, you reduce the amount of kallikrein, and then you can, of course, reduce the amount of swelling attacks. And of course, that's something similar to what we've seen with NTLA 2001, which is a different program, which is a different disease with TTR proteins, the reduction of TTR proteins by injecting one-time treatment in the liver. So NTLA that is wasting no time in trialing its CRISPR treatment in larger population. A placebo-controlled phase 2 trial is ongoing, with results expected in later 2024. The company is working with regulators to kick off a phase 2 trial before the end of the year. I've had, quote unquote, I've had a radical improvement in my physical well-being. And of course, a Cleveland, a 54-year-old trial participant who had been attack-free for 18 months, told The Guardian, quote, I spent my life trying to wonder what if my next attack would be severe, end of quote. So, I mean, honestly, guys, the best, look at another quote, I've had a radical improvement in my physical and mental being, end of quote. So, I've always said it, and I'll say it again, the biggest winners in the CRISPR landscape, are the participants, are the patients, for whether that's sickle cell disease or beta thalassemia from Cas9, CRISPR Therapeutics, whether that's from this program here, from the HAE disease, it's an amazing win for patients, amazing win for doctors, amazing win for communities, societies, organizations, governments, countries. It's just an amazing win for the human being population around the world. What I think is interesting in all of this is there are some media that are doing the homework there to cover really the full story behind who are the actors behind this program. And unfortunately, there are other medias, and I'm not going to list them here. The point is not here to call out specific legacy media outlets. It's just that it feels like sometimes CRISPR could be a lot more mainstream than it is. I would argue it's becoming mainstream now as a few weeks ago / months. I think it could be a lot more mainstream. I posted this yesterday, and I found it really, really interesting, and I got a lot of likes from that post. Is legacy media controls the narrative a lot more than what the average person thinks legacy media controls. I mean, you think about politics, and this is not a political channel. I'm not even going to comment on that. But you think about politics, you're talking about any topic, education, healthcare, anything you can think of, legacy media, sports, right? Just think of sports. Just try to, if you're a sports person, just think of how legacy media can shape the way you think about a certain player, team, organization, team owner. Legacy media has a lot of a huge impact. Whether that's good or bad, I mean, that's for you to decide as a viewer, as an audience here. The purpose here is not trying to tell you whether it's bad or wrong. It's just covering calling it a spade, right? In this case here, they did a good job talking about the technology, talking about the company, talking about the results, talking about some testimonials from the patients and the doctors slash organization there involved. There's some others that are barely doing the homework. They're just covering headlines, just trying to get clicks. And unfortunately, it's unfortunate because you would think if people actually did a little bit of effort, I would argue that CRISPR could be further than what it is today, just by the idea of giving where credit is due, where just the idea of actually doing the homework. So, okay, this is with CRISPR, we're tackling HAE, and Telia is doing that. It's a public company that everybody can invest in. And the FDA is pending for their results for that approval at some point in 2025, 2026. I mean, these are topics that should be surfaced so the average citizen can be informed as to, okay, so we do have amazing data, and the reason why this isn't commercial yet is because the FDA says yes or no in the US. In Canada, it's Health Canada. In Europe, it's the EMA. In UK, they have their own regulations, And these are things that are not taught in school. These are not things you can just learn by going to the coffee shop. I mean, it just doesn't work like that, right? You have to do your own research. You have to basically read up on legacy media, news, videos, articles. And that's what it is. I mean, this is what I wanted to get at in today's video. First, talk about this article, talk about how amazing work NTLA has been doing. Again, I've been repeating that, but I think it's always good here and there to talk about specific programs, the success, read up the testimonials, create this discussion around it. And two, my purpose here is to sort of surface the idea of how much legacy media has an impact on news, how much legacy media really, can shape the way the average person thinks about something. Whether that's good, bad, worse, I'll let the viewer here decide. As always, subscribe if you're not. Like this video, really does help the channel. Smash the like button. It's free, it's quick, it's easy. Really does help us and you to get these videos to the audience. Like I said, we drive the narrative, the community drives it, not the legacy media. That's the goal. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.